Touch. Don't know.
No, she ran a flim-flam on her, ran a scam on her on Little
Mocha. I got you. I got it, Mocha. Thank
you. Got it? Because they keep turning off my microphone.
That's not the story. We're not focusing on the flim flam, sweetie. We're focusing on the hands. Praying hands that was going to...
They're both the same age. They're around the same age. So them throwing hands, it's all good. Little Touch has...
I want to answer your question. What was your question again directly?
Okay, so hold on. Let's dial this all the way back because I thought we knew who everybody was. All right, can we get to all the people that wanted to jump on Little Touch? Can we identify those individuals?
I find it funny that she can't get no D, but she can get beat up.
Hold on. Can we identify the individuals that wanted to smack Little Touch? Can we focus, please?
I thought it was T Money because
it was more than T Money. It was more than T Money. So this is why y'all need to focus. Y'all be all in the stories. Don't be knowing what's going on. It was more than T Money.
Yes, it was, and that's why I wanted to ask you.
Okay, so can I only talk to on purpose then? Because apparently she the only one that know.
Right. So I'm answering your question. It doesn't matter if they're in the same age range or not. Your question was, I want to read.
Elder abuse.
Elder abuse, yes, it was. It was definitely elder abuse when you say or make the attempt that you want to strike somebody physically. The list of names, okay, whatever, it doesn't matter the age range, it was elderly abuse, period, point blank.
Now, are you aware of the individuals that have maybe alleged to have wanted to abuse Little Touch? Okay, can you run down those names, please?
I can't run down the names. I choose not to call them. I don't want to do that, Manny. This is your path. I'm just be watching. But what I will say, I am answering your question. Yes, it was clearly elderly abuse in spite of what was thought about LT, how her behaviors was in the past. And what Ms. Mocha said is just an opinion because I watch everything. Guess what? I'm an older woman myself, 50 plus, and it was elder abuse. Ms. Nitra, thank you for doing what you did. No matter how you got the word, the message, whoever brought it to you, guess what? At the end of the day, it still was elderly abuse. And I appreciate Ms. Nitra saying she don't want that on her conscience and being responsible to have somebody a part of her organization that is okay, maybe allegedly with something like that transpiring. But like you just said early on, Manny, that this lady has a disability with hearing and her speech, and this lady made clear, which is LT, that she didn't even know all of this was going. So this is why she expressed how she felt about what offended her, because she kept saying clearly she thanked and appreciate for whatever Ms. Nitra did, but she did feel like Ms. Nitra didn't approach her in a fashionable way, like she's an older woman and a grown-up and adult. And it's okay she felt that way, but she never once, to me, in my opinion, downplayed and didn't appreciate what Miss Nitra did for her at that time. And that's Miss Nitra's personality and the way she handled.
Shout out to Miss Nitra for stepping in. Little Touch did acknowledge that she appreciated Miss Nitra's take on things and her actions, her swooping in swiftly. Now, let's move past Miss Nitra. This is not about Miss Nitra. This is about the other individuals, the T-Moneys, the Lin-Lins.
Manny, the bottom line is this.
I do want to know
if y'all can't focus on this and y'all done been all around the world, I don't want to hear it. I want y'all to focus.
Manny, listen, the bottom line is this. People could want to...
I need y'all to focus. Y'all have had variations of this story. So many variations. I'm speaking about the elder abuse.
Listen, Manny, people could want to roll up on older people if they want. Older people will have some smoke for you. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line.
Well, do y'all think it's appropriate that people want ice buckets and things and running up on this lady. Do y'all think that's appropriate? Again,
No, we don't, Manny. We don't.
that is what we're here for today. Since everybody is so up in arms and want to come together and understand the situations, I need y'all to understand. Is it okay for ice buckets to go upside Little Touch's head? It is okay. Is it okay for people to be running up on her knowing her equilibrium is already off? Is it okay?
In a fight, everything goes.
So why isn't Mrs. Nitra talking about that versus her getting
Again, let's focus.
No, it's not okay, Manny, at all, to answer your question.
But
no,
why
it's not.
is she getting? Well, I'm just saying, Manny, why?
Let's focus on everybody being an individual. This is not, if anything, everybody was property of Carnival Cruise. Let's leave it there. Everybody on the boat was property of Carnival Cruise, international waters, another country. So let's focus. Go ahead.
But Manny, I'm trying to get a point out now.
You can't get a point out because they've already spoken on various aspects of what they wanted to speak on. I'm not going backwards. I'm going forward. Y'all just giggled at T Money putting the ice bucket next to her head. Exactly. So let's focus.
Well, if you're going forward, I'm over here chatting with Miss Little Touch in the back room because I told her, I was like, hey, you know, we're in Manny's Live now, you know, da-da-da-da-da. Maybe you don't want to speak on it anymore. I understand. She says, I can talk. I've been removed for no damn reason. Where has she been removed from?
Okay, we could get to that, but make sure it's not in here. But yes, we can understand that.
Well, this ain't no fun. Bye, man.
Y'all are not listening. Manny. I said I don't know where she's been removed from. We can get to it. Y'all need to listen.
Okay, well,
I don't want to have to keep telling y'all that I'm not. Y'all keep trying to tell me I'm not freaking listening, but yet y'all are not listening. I said I don't know where she's removed from, but we can handle it here.
Manny, hold on.
I also went as far as to want to say, check the records here to make sure it's not here. Because Manny, clearly y'all don't know. Yelling? Y'all don't know what's going on.
Manny, can you stop yelling? Why are you yelling?
Girl, I'm trying to get them to focus. Okay, no, they won't focus.
Okay, so wait, why they focusing?
I said we can get it in here.
Oh my God, stop yelling.
Manny, stop, Manny.
So that stop yelling, Manny. Look, okay. So first of all, I just want to say, a train on a boat is crazy, but I want you to understand that if I think that I'm saving you, sometimes the way that I save you might.
Manny, we're talking about the elder abuse. We're not talking about four men.
I'm talking about elder abuse.
Does this have T Money in
it? Give me a second, because I want you to understand you're not focused on what I'm saying, because I'm talking about the elder abuse.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So if you put me in a situation where I feel like I need to save you, my focus might not be on the how. It's the fact that I need to save you. For example, there have been, just like when somebody gets saved from a car hitting them, if I have to come and tackle you to get you out of the way of that car, you can't then come back and say, I don't like the way you tackle me and I don't like the way I fell on that street. No, nigga, you would have been out of here. You would have been toast had I not came and tackled you and saved you. So now you focused on how I saved you instead of the fact that I saved you. So the thing is, and T Money might not, she probably should not have brought an ice bucket to the woman's head. But you also have to understand, I might be aggravated if you put your bag that's been everywhere, on the floor everywhere, on my bed, next to my medicine that is already exposed. Okay? So I just heard Little Touch also in her live say that man wouldn't have been able to do anything to her because she would have protected herself.
Can I have my lightsaber?
Because she would have protected herself.
I do that. That's making fun of disabled people.
Shut up, Tweet. Y'all mess with me all the time, every day, but y'all pick and choose who y'all want to protect. And I don't care what you say. Little Touch been out of line too. T Money might have felt like maybe a ice bucket was too much, but y'all
Ice
gotta stop with
bucket,
this ridiculous.
because my bag is next to your medicine and we done went to argue and now you want to use an ice bucket?
But at the same time, you can't come at me. We've been in this room. We've been in this room this whole cruise. Then on the last day, you want to tell me your chum paper room. You can't. Don't throw that up in my face. You accept it. See, the thing is, first of all, Manny, I know Duffy probably put it together, but Duffy should have made T Money and Lil Touch talk amongst themselves about their money. Because it wouldn't have been no confusion. Lil Touch would have been able to say, I'll accept the 5 right now, but I need the rest of my money. It shouldn't have been a middleman about that. Like, T Money should have called Lil Touch or vice versa. It is vice versa.
Now let's add this in here. Knowing that Little Touch has these impairments, and now we have found this cellular phone that we've been looking for. Do y'all feel as if it's appropriate now for us to go to screaming and hollering and damn near rolling across the cruise deck floor? Because again, we have to think about these. This is an elderly woman with a couple of hiccups in life.
Do you plan on having a group trip, Manny? Because I'm not coming.
This is why we getting it all out the way right now. I need to know what's appropriate and not appropriate. Is ice buckets to elderly people appropriate? Because some of y'all elderly is running up on y'all.
Too, Manny. T Money elderly too. They the same age. They both cheeky something. So if she take an ice bucket to her, but what if they started fighting in that room? Really, we shouldn't have never even known about it. Right. But when they started fighting in that room, what? Hey, if I'm cheeky and you cheeky,
And Little Touch said she ain't scared of nobody. You come with the smoke, she got smoke too. She ain't
it's going down to her. We the same age. I could see if T Money was in her 20s or something. They both the same age. Yes. Let's get it.
Little Touch ain't scared. You can bring.
Evidently, she wasn't scared because when T Money said something about the bag, she said something back to T Money. It was an argument in their private room. We shouldn't have ever heard about it though.
And Lil Touch and T Money picked up that ice bucket, and Lil Touch was not scared, and she ain't hit her with it. She know that much. She ain't hit her with it.
Oh, they said it was a stainless steel ice bucket. Where'd T Money go?
So no abuse happened. T Money thought better of doing it because she knew the deal.
Yep, it was elder versus elder. So how was that wrong, Manny?
I'm stating the ice bucket. I think the ice bucket was too far. The ice bucket, had it been used, could have definitely added damage to the ears that they claim she already can't hear out of.
It wasn't used, Manny. It was not.
Oh my God. I understand it was. I understand it wasn't used.
Oh my
but
God.
That doesn't take away.
Uncomfortable.
But that doesn't take away that it gives the impression to use one.
So Manny, you tell me if they're both elders, LT could have got a ice bucket just like T Money did,
and then we would have been talking about LT using an ice bucket, but we're not. We're not speaking about LT using an ice bucket, are we? No.
But she threatened to use it. She didn't use it.
That's the point of why we're here. Elder abuse.
Mm-mm.
If we said this or insinuated this to any of our members that is Little Touch age, we would be on the floor. But like y'all just told me, since it's not my issue or you all's issue, y'all can't see that Little Touch may have been abused. Y'all can't fathom it because it's not you all's family member. So now when it comes to Little Touch and y'all hear ice bucket, y'all think it's okay.
Manny, me and Little Touch are the exact same age.
And I don't think an ice bucket used on you is appropriate either, Mocha.
It is if you violate me.
Listen, I would have picked up anything, a chair or anything, if she would have came at me with an ice bucket.
There's no rules to fight.
That's defending yourself from an ice bucket.
All she would have listen. All she had to do was pick it up, not even threaten. Pick it up like she was coming at me, and the chair would have went flying. The chair, the TV, whatever. She would have went out the balcony. Whatever would have happened.
Is there a reason why it just couldn't be asked like, "Hey, don't put your luggage on my bed, please. Can you not put your luggage on my bed?" Like,
but T Money said that's what she did, and LT turned up on her. Like, don't you?
But then if you let LT tell it, LT said that T Money was talking to her greasy. So you see how both ladies have two different angles of who was talking to who greasy first.
That's probably why it should have never came here, because it was in their room. We didn't know what happened.
And this is why I'm stating an ice bucket is a no-no.
But the review,
I'm not gonna move past that. An ice bucket is a no, especially if you're already saying they have a speech impediment, been done fucked up the rest of the grill they got, and a hearing problem, been done knocked the hearing out of the other ear. Like, come on.
Are there any nurses?
So, Manny, you tell me
CNAs
when it started being rules to a fight. When did it start being rules to a fight, Manny? Because I don't care what you're talking about.
We're giving best practice.
Oh, hell no. I'm getting the fuck out of here. There's no need for a train on a boat. Have a good day, Manny.
Thank you, little laugh. Yes, we're giving best practice because I don't want y'all to think it's appropriate to be grabbing ice buckets dealing with your elderly people. We also don't think it's
that anyways.
Well, that's the whole point of me speaking it. Like if everybody already knew that, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here if everybody already knew. Like, I shouldn't be picking up no ice bucket. I shouldn't be rolling up in this older lady's face like I'm gonna run her down like she's 21.
Okay, we got some nurses and CNAs in here. In the nursing
well, what they gonna do?
Is it considered elder abuse when you have, like, does one of them get in trouble if they get the, smacking each other around? I need someone that is well versed in here. Oh, they're peers. Okay, so that's not any type of abuse, Manny. It's simple, like, peer on peer.
Well, again, let the justice system figure that out.
The justices?
Yes, because we know you all's way. We know you all's example of justice. So let them figure out what elder abuse is, okay? And what considers elder abuse. And I can guarantee y'all, ice bucket is elder abuse.
You making it sound heavier than it is. It's an ice bucket. Like, is it stainless steel or was it the plastic joints? Which one is it? Because I think you're making it like she's gonna fall like whap right upside the head and fall out in the cabin.
Do y'all not know that's a possibility? She's already elder. Like, do y'all not realize how much an elder heart can take? It can't take that much stress. An elder heart cannot take.
T-Money was not going to hit that lady. It was just
no, T-Money did not hit her.
Yeah,
that's the blessing. That's the blessing that she did not hit her. But that does not absolve her of being in the newsroom. Baby, you said you was going to pick up an ice bucket and pick it up, but then use it. You in the newsroom. That's elder abuse.
Well, actually, they were on Carnival. They weren't in the news. Oh.
I'm stating from their actions on Carnival is what led them to be a topic in the newsroom, because I cannot fathom why she would want to use an ice bucket. I cannot fathom why other people wanted to run up on her and do her. She's elderly. She has a speech impediment plus a hearing problem.
Do you think people on this side of TikTok care, though? And I'm being honest.
Well, that's what I'm giving y'all. I'm giving y'all the information, which is, that is crazy to have that ups on a person and think, okay, let me just go ahead and do you in, honey. Baby, you already got the ups on it. You already got the ups. You already have the ups. Like, are y'all saying now speech impediment and hearing aids is a green light for action? No.
Someone just said, who cares? She ran that mouth. So, we have different.
This is what I say. Y'all just told me to be empathetic, sympathetic, all these things. But yet when it comes to Little Touch, she could just get hit with an ice bucket, and it's because she ran her mouth.
You run up, you get done up.
That's for younger people. Younger people, you run up and get done up. Mature, elderly people, ain't no way y'all talking about, oh yeah, you can run up on my grandma. Y'all wouldn't go for it. Y'all wouldn't go for y'all grandmas being rolled up on. Y'all wouldn't go for y'all grandmas being insinuated that somebody gonna hit her with an ice bucket. Like, come on.
I agree with that. That's definitely wrong.
Y'all wouldn't sit around for it. But for some reason, it's okay. It's okay in this situation.
Won't be on, God rest both of their souls, they wouldn't be on messy TikTok nor going on any trips because they see what happens every time. So
well, you know what, Sweet and Swift, different strokes for different folks. You got to take it for what it's worth. Life be life. And messy TikTok is an app on social media. You know what social media is giving, whether it's messy talk or any kind of talk. If you're a person that live by your standards and morals, you get in where you fit in. You do what you do. You take it how it come. And when you don't want no more, you leave it. Right is right. Wrong is wrong. Period. It doesn't matter. You understand what I'm saying? Where it goes. People do it for entertainment. People do it for fun. People do it for whatever reason they want to do it. Support, don't support. So it really don't matter. Get in where you fit in. Take it how you give it. If you give it, expect it back. You don't know when your turn coming, but everybody got their turn, whether it's on social media in general or messy talk.
So are y'all approving of the ice bucket? Because y'all know it ain't no, like y'all say, age ain't got a number or nothing. So there ain't no limits. That means all ages can get popped with buckets.
No, I don't approve of that at all. There's a way that you can speak to people without trying to throw hands or throw objects. Especially if we're going to be staying in the same room, especially. But, yeah.
Hey, Manny, they're not going to be happy until it's their mama or grandpa
it sounds like to
or
me,
grandma getting knocked
over
out.
time, and the way T Money expressed herself is that even though she was getting a $500 discount, she already had some kind of feelings towards LT. And that just triggered it. She made it clear in one of her statements that I got a right not to sit and listen to you whine and cry. And then LT says, or complain, and LT says, well, I thought that you were somebody that I could talk to, but I see that you wasn't. And the whole time, even after you expressed that to me, you know what I mean? The next morning, I overlooked it and said good morning to you, and you was that angry with me that you didn't even say good morning. It's something wrong there. That means that even though T Money got a discount for $500, didn't pay full price, I don't think personally it was a good idea for her to even be in the room with Little Touch, because prior to that happening, she had some issues and she didn't like some of Little Touch's behavior. And another thing, I'm going to throw it out there for me, because I've been listening to everything. T Money is not a young woman. She's an older woman as well, like myself and Miss LT. So at the end of the day, this thing was just out there with T Money and her situation with the other male figure. It seemed like to me, and it's just my opinion, I only got an opinion, guess what? LT got a whole lot of attention that she didn't get. No shade.
Oh, Jesus.
I gotta say, they're not gonna be happy until it's their mama, grandma, or somebody else getting knocked out, and then that's when it's gonna become a problem.
Oh my Lord. We don't want anybody knocked out. Like, that's what we're trying to deter. At least that's what I'm trying to deter. Is anybody getting knocked out? I do wish that y'all communicate. I'm happy to know that T Money and LT did communicate. I'm happy to know that LT and her other situations was able to communicate no matter how heated it got. But off rip, a ice bucket to a speech impediment and a hearing aid is definitely team too much.
Did T Money and LT know each other before they decided to room together? Had they built a rapport, or was this like a situation where you go into a college dorm and you're just in a dorm with someone, a room that you don't know?
I would probably say they know of each other to a good degree, because again, T Money had an option of utilizing it and not utilizing it, so she chose not to utilize it, which I would only think that's because she might have thought about just some of the interactions and like, maybe is this worth it, or is this should be done. So I'm just assuming that they had a little knowledge of each other, not that much per se, because as you see, it could get cracking at any moment, but definitely enough to where they didn't actually go to blows, which is the best part. Like, Lord, thank you so much they didn't do that. Because at that point I would have been feeling a type of way for both of them. I would have actually felt bad for both of them. T Money and her having to roll around, I would have felt bad for. And then Little Touch and her having to roll around, I would have felt bad for. So I would have definitely felt bad for both ladies had they got into something. And that's again back to me being able to separate it. I would have definitely felt bad for both ladies, and me knowing that neither one of those ladies should be in a situation like that. So I would have definitely felt bad for them both.
And Manny, my mom's hard of hearing, so for them trying to jump on a lady that's hard of hearing, that makes me mad. That makes me mad, seriously, because my mom is deaf in both ears. So yeah, picking on somebody with disabilities, yeah, I can get real angry about that. So I understand.
Seeing Amaya, I think that the room was paid for by Little Touch's son. So I think she would have been able to just go on the trip and stay in that room by herself, regardless as to whether T Money joined her and gave her $500. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Did you have to have two people in the room?
You're right.
Okay, thank you.
So that's a whole different saga when they go into the funds and things. That's a whole different saga. So I just want to speak about the elder abuse. Y'all good with that? Where we at with it? Because I do have more abuse for y'all. I do have.
They're not gonna say nothing.
Yeah, I do have more abuse for you all.
Could you can some people throw some roses? Because I've heard this word like 1,000 times. Can y'all throw some roses? Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Help Manny reach his live goal. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for showing him love.
Yeah, this week the past week, shall I say, has been full of abuse, honey. So we got nothing but abuse and abuse and abuse, child. So it is.
You're just going to keep saying it while they throwing the roses. I'm trying to help you. Okay. Poozie wants her badge back. Her honorary badge. What board of directors? I need to have a conversation with you at the
She
end
done removed
of the live.
she done removed her badge? Like, what is going on?
Oh, Manny, I've done that 3 or 4 times, honey. Just go ahead on and mod her back.
I was just asking a question. That's all.
Okay, right,
I was not aware that she removed her badge. Like, can I get caught up, please?
My apologies.
Take care of y'all mamas. Don't let them get beat up. Protect them by all costs. Bye.
Okay. All right. So let's move into our next abuse story. Ooh, child. Y'all laying it thick this week.